Hello Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is your love life reading for the second half of November. I'm using a different format this time for the readings. There is an explanation in the description if you'd like to know what that is. But for now, let's get on with your reading. First card that comes up is an amazingly wonderful card. It's the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, also known as the Wish card. If you have a question about your love life, then this card would be a resounding yes. It's happiness, it's joy, it's receiving what your heart desires. Now, as much as I would love to, I'm not saying that Geminis, every single one of you, are going to get exactly what you want. Some of you will, some of you are going to. But this is more about right now, you may be laser focused on what it is that makes you happy. What it is that makes your heart sing. What is it that pushes you and is going to help you grow, bring you that happiness and that joy that all of us deserve in our life. So there's very much a sense of, it's about cups and it's emotions, but some of you may be getting very real about your own happiness of fulfillment. Wanting to feel fulfilled at this time, it's crucial to you. And there's going to be people listening to this and thinking, yeah, well, everyone wants to be happy. But think about it. Think about it on a day-to-day basis. How many people actually stop and think, oh, I'm going to do this, it makes me happy? Very few people do. It's usually about, oh, I need to do this, and oh my God, I don't have this. And it's always, a lot of people spend a lot of time thinking about what they're lacking in their lives, the problems that they have. This is the reverse of that. This is going after what makes you happy. This is sending out your thoughts, your wishes to the universe, to spirit, to whatever it is that you believe, or even to yourself, getting very real with yourself about what it is that makes you happy at this time. The card that comes up as the central issue, or what is at the heart of your love life at this time, is the Empress. Now, for some of you, that's going to indicate you, or it may indicate someone that you're involved with. The Empress she's very nurturing, very loving, very caring. She's very capable. She's very good with people, and she takes care of a lot of people as well. If this is you, it may be that's your energy. This may be your energy for some of you, it's going to be your energy as a parent, because she is like the mother card. She gives birth to ideas, and she can indicate pregnancy as well. So there may be, for some of you, pregnancy that's affecting your love life right now. But overall, I'm not getting that. I'm getting that this is more for those of you that either you yourself have been feeling like this, or you know someone that's like this. As it is at the heart, and it may be like a problem within your love life. It may be that some of you are dealing with codependency, because we can give and give and give of ourselves, but not receive back. What are you not receiving back? If you're taking care of someone, or you'll be looking after your partner, or just people in general, are you being taken care of? Or not even by other people. Like, we don't always need to be taken care of by other people. Are you taking care of your own needs? Are you looking after yourself? Are you giving yourself the same love and compassion that you offer to other people? The card that comes up as the past energy is Judgment. A lot of you Geminis have gone through so much transformation, especially maybe from the beginning of November. I'm doing this reading at the beginning of November. So these may be energies that are coming in from October, or even from months before that. But this has been definitely a period of transformation for you, of change, of just seeing what has been there. It's not always the easiest card, because Judgment sometimes forces us to look at the things that we've done wrong, or that other people have done to wrong us. And it's about forgiving and just drawing a line under things and moving forward. This can sometimes indicate maybe people that have come back into our lives, or just old problems and issues that crop up and that we're now forced to deal with. But you've done this, and those things have transformed you. There's always an angel depicted in these cards, and that represents protection and guidance. So there is protection there is guidance there, and you've felt strong enough to change and to move forward. But for whatever reason, right now we have the Eight of Swords. So even though you've been going through this time of change and transformation, you now feel stuck. You now feel this Eight of Swords energy. And Eight of Swords is not seeing a way out, not knowing what changes to make next. Sometimes it can be just having plateaued, like where we've gone through an intense time of change. Now that change seems to have ceased, and we don't know what else to do. The Eight of Swords says that there is a way out. There are changes that can be made. There may not be big changes like you want, but there will be small changes that you can make. For some of you, I'm getting this is like being paralyzed by fear. You're afraid. That's kind of what's paralyzing you, what's making you not feel able to move. It is frightening. Look at her. She has like swords pointing straight at her head. That is frightening. But the point is that she doesn't know she may not even know that those are there. She may not know the dangers. Like some of you may not even know the exact nature of your problems because you're not seeing what's there because you're so confined within your own struggles. So the Eight of Swords tells you that you can free yourself. You can go forward. There is a way out of this and there is change possible. And there is an energy of change coming up for you. More swords though. Swords are like, they can be difficult because the Five of Swords especially talks about conflict. It can be conflict. It can be having to defend yourself. It can be having to fight for something. Now the Five of Swords doesn't always show defeat. Like even though it can show a horrible battle and someone does get defeated and maybe you won't be successful in this. But a lot of times when this card comes up, what I tell people is, if you're fighting for something, keep everything above board. Like don't resort to dirty tactics or, trying to manipulate to get your way. So that's the first thing, like try to keep everything above board. But the other message is pick your battles wisely. Think very carefully about this thing that you're going to fight for or you're moving forward with. Is it worth it? Because it may end up costing you a lot more, making the victory, any kind of victory that you get out of it, an empty victory. So it may cost you mentally, emotionally, psychologically, like it may cost you more than you're willing to give up. So at the end, you may technically win or technically get what you want, but it will be empty. You won't have that feeling of having succeeded. With the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords, I think very much this is influenced by the Nine of Cups. And that seems like a very strange thing to say, if you know how wonderful the Nine of Cups is. But the Nine of Cups can be too much of a good thing as well. It's when you receive everything that the heart desires, sometimes it can make us greedy. It can be too much for us. So when you get a taste of that, everything that you want, maybe that's what's making you fight so hard for it, that, you're fighting this battle that you shouldn't maybe you need to just like let it go and just take a step back from it. But because you've had that taste of it and because you want it so bad, you can be like fighting for something that maybe is not worth fighting for. The other thing, why you might be feeling stuck right now is it's that frustration of knowing exactly what you want. And I think for the longest time, Gemini, you've not known what you wanted. That's kind of been the problem. You've not known what dream you had. You've not known what to go for. And now it feels like you're one step away from happiness, from completion, but you feel stuck. And that can be frustrating. And that's where that Eight of Swords energy can come in, because you're like, well, I know I want this, but how the hell do I get it? So that can be what's causing you to feel stuck as well, because you're just frustrated. You don't know which path to take forward. And for some of you, when you see a path, even if it's not the most legitimate path or the right path, you might take it just so you are doing something because you want that action. But we have the World energy coming in at the end, and that's like the energy of what crowns you and the energy that you take into December with you. The World is the successful completion of a phase in your life. It's that end of a cycle. We've done everything that we could do. Now it's time for the rewards, or to receive the credit or the acclaim or whatever it is that we need. It tells you that very soon a new cycle will begin. But for now, like, just enjoy what you've achieved. Enjoy what you've achieved from the cycle that you've just completed. I sometimes find with this card that there is that sense of, not like the death card where we're grieving for something, but there can be that slight, oh my God, that this has ended. Because you've been in that for so long. You've been in those patterns or completing that chapter of your life for so long that we kind of miss it. We think, that I liked it here, that even if it was hard, even if it was a struggle, that I now have what I want. But this card does tell you that where one door closes, another door opens. So some of you may be feeling like you're in that in-between phase. But I think a lot of you haven't quite reached this point yet. You're kind of still a step away from completion. But it is a good card. Like, don't be afraid of endings. Don't think that it's a horrible ending that's coming. I'm not saying that if you're in a relationship, that your relationship will end, or that's not what the World card says. It doesn't say that. It just says it's a completion of that phase. So maybe if you're trying to learn something, that learning is now complete. You come to the end of that. If you've been in a pattern or trying to deal with a problem in your love life, that problem will now be completed. It is actually a very strong card. And I do love the World card. I do love it. Because after the World in the Tarot, in the Major Arcana, we have the Fool. And that's the new beginning, a new journey. Everything begins fresh and new. But I do feel that for a lot of you, the World, if you have a look here, it's right underneath Judgment. So it's like that transformation, whatever has transformed you. Look at it this way. The Judgment card is is the learning that you had. You were changed, you were shown something, you were taught a lesson, and you learned a different aspect of yourself or how to be in your love life. And I feel like the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Swords are like the test that's come from that. Like, have you really learned this lesson? How are you dealing with this situation? Are you resorting back to old patterns, or are you going forward? Are you fighting for what you want? Are you being the empress? Are you just letting things go? Are you looking for someone to look after you? Are you looking after other people? I think this period now is all about you analysing. And Geminis, we know how much you love to analyse. You have those lightning quick brains, and you may be now trying to figure out, well, how does this kind of work with what I've learned about myself and how I've changed? How does this work with what I want, with the 9 of Cups, with my wishes, the things that I want fulfilled in my life? And I kind of feel like this end hurdle, or once you kind of deal with this tangled mess that's going on, that's going to be that sense of completion. When you reach that point, you'll be so happy that you so proud of yourself that you went through it and did it, and then you'll be able to move on to something new. An interesting card that you got for your Oracle card from the Romance Angels deck, and that is Passion. The card says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. That's very much the 9 of Cups energy. And that passion, it doesn't have to just be for our love lives. It can be a passion for a hobby that we're interested in, work, like all areas of our life. When we fix one area, it kind of spills over into other areas. So you may have that passion now. Maybe a lot of you lacked any kind of passion. Like, you didn't know what you wanted. You didn't know where you wanted to go. You didn't know what direction to move in. But now just the fact that you have that passion, that's a huge thing. And that relates so much, as I said, to the energy of the 9 of Cups. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Just be happy that you're happy. Be happy that you want things. Be happy that you have these wishes, that you have these dreams that you will make come true. You will move towards them. And you will enjoy the journeys towards fulfilling these dreams. The card that came up from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck is Time to Go, number 45. I'll read the meaning from the book for you. The essential meanings are endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. The relationship message says, it's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost. Although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it is more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. So this time to go very much echoes the World card. I feel for some of you that walking away is going to be from the 5 of Swords energy. I think something will come up, or something might even be coming up now for you, depending on when you watch this video, where it's that one challenge too many and you think, you know what, this is just not worth it. I don't want to do this anymore. For some of you, that's going to be in a relationship. Some of you will be walking away from people. For others of you, it'll just be a way of thinking, a way of doing things. I know it doesn't sound like it. It's actually a really good reading. Like, you have the 9 of Cups coming at the beginning and then the World at the end, and that time to go. And what's the point of us doing anything? We want to get to a point of completion. We want to begin. We want new experiences. We want to be fulfilled. And that's kind of the promise that's in the World, or the time to go. We're here to learn as much as we can, to gain as much knowledge, to grow as people. And this growth cycle, or this, whatever you've been trying to learn, you've learned it. You've grown. It's time to move on to something new. It's time to go to a new lesson.